Dr. Debra Dupree, the Mindset Doc. How many times have you felt daunted, crippled, overwhelmed with the thought of having a conversation with someone you perceive to be difficult? Well, first of all, I want to reframe that for you and think about that other person as being challenging rather than difficult. Why? Well, when we are faced with something difficult, we tend to back off and we tend to avoid. Very natural human reaction. We don't want to go where there's difficulty. We want to go where it's easy. So if we reframe that into challenging person, we have a natural tendency to rise to the challenge. There's almost an intrinsic neurological, biological trigger that inspires us to rise. So reframing, turning a negative sounding word into a positive one, that's huge. And then when we talk about having that challenging conversation with that challenging person, it helps to have a plan. It helps to be prepared. It helps to have some strategy. And so what I'm going to do right now for you is to share with you my two-part strategy about how to have a conversation about having a conversation. You may go, what? Well, there's a reason for that. If I go back to my 4 communication styles in the SPICE game, 2 of the styles naturally do not do well in the moment. And they're thinking about other things, they're engrossed in other things, and so when you come up to them and want to start talking to them about something, you're totally catching them off guard. And therefore you don't tend to get a very good response. And on the other hand, if you're one of those spices or styles that likes to get right into it, well, guess what? Then that's where we tend to lose self-management, and it's more or less running at the mouth, or what I call verbal vomit. We just dump on somebody. And I don't know about you, but it's not fun to be vomited on. But that's what we can do with our words. So having a conversation about having another conversation later does a few things. It not only gives the people who don't do well in the moment time to think about and prepare for that later conversation, but it also gives the person who wants to jump right into it time to sort of calm down and also think about how to engage. So it's about being proactive and reaching out around that challenging conversation. And so with that, then it's about framing it as far as, our relationship is very important, or we have an ongoing relationship that isn't going to go away, or we have to work together every day. And I like to work in a happy, healthier environment. And I'm feeling some tension between us. We don't have to be buddies here, but let's have a conversation. And I assure you, the whole idea is to learn from each other. Would you be willing to have that conversation with me? Great. Then let's set a time for either later today or even better tomorrow. And, let's plan to spend 15, 20, 30 minutes, but no more. If we decide we want to spend more time, we can make that agreement then. Set a time frame. And then when you actually get into the conversation and that later meeting, then you go back to what you opened up the first one with, is that, again, I wanted to talk to you about this tension or this challenge that we've had between us. I truly do want to have a better relationship with you. And so I'd like to hear first from you how you see the situation, the problem, the challenge, the relationship, whatever it might be. And then you actively listen. And to truly listen, you have to be silent. Not just what comes out of the mouth, but what's going on in the head. So I encourage you to write down 2 words next to each other. Listen and silent. And what do you see? And with that then, once you've had a chance to listen to the other person, now you can see where you agree on certain things, and then also where you don't agree or are on different pages. Now those are the things you continue talking about. So it's all about the facts of the situation. It's about how each of you are impacted by what's going on, and then what's important for moving forward in a future-focused mindset. Again, check out the other tips and techniques. Sign up on YouTube for our channel. Thank you again. Dr. Debra Dupree, the Mindset Doc.